I would like to first ask my first question, Dr. Levy. You made a statement, Dr. Levy, that the costs that would result from blocking the pipeline would likely exceed the accommodating climate benefits. It's interesting to note, yesterday, President Obama came to the Republican conference, and he said exactly the same thing, in essence. He said, very similar to what you said, that he believed that the number of jobs may be a little bit overblown, but he also said that the impact on climate change is extremely overblown as well. And when asked by the conference what they were planning to do with the agreement, he said that there would be a decision within the next couple weeks. So we can all cross our fingers that that decision is going to be in the affirmative, and we can move forward and get those jobs and work on a great oil policy here in the Western Hemisphere. But anyway, I'd just like to ask you, can you give any rationale, given the fact that it does appear that the benefits far outweigh the costs? Some are speculating that maybe this is just kind of the stall and drag the feet tactic is kind of beating up on big oil, and we're kind of wondering if you have any thoughts as far as why if it's a good idea and the costs outweigh the benefits, why are we dragging our feet?
Congressman, I don't want to speculate on the administration's decision-making.
We'll let you.
There are certainly local environmental issues that have had to be confronted over the last year or two, particularly around the pipeline route in the state of Nebraska. And once the pipeline route was shifted, a new environmental impact assessment was necessary. These things take a long time. I would encourage Congress to combine stronger funding for those that need to handle these sorts of applications with reformed rules that retain environmental safeguards but streamline the processes, not just for pipelines, but for oil and gas development, clean energy development in general. For those who are opposing the pipeline, I think that their assessments of the costs and benefits are often different. They may judge security through a different lens. They may have different assumptions about the economy, but in a lot of cases they weigh climate more strongly in their calculations. That's not unreasonable to do. When I make my net judgment, I'm weighing the economy, security, and climate equally and coming to that conclusion.
Thanks, Dr. Levy. I'd like to ask my next question of Mr. Eisenhower. We have good reason to believe that the Mexican President, Peña Nieto, is very serious about instituting reforms in Mexico, especially including their energy sector, including Pemex, which is the world's most closed oil regime. Do you get a sense from the companies you represent that there's any optimism in terms of the degree to which the reforms can have an effect on increased partnerships beyond the transboundary agreement, beyond between the U.S. energy sector and Mexico?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the question. And yes, I do believe that my members do see tremendous opportunity working with Pemex going forward. The Transboundary Hydrocarbon Agreement really is just a first step. It's a foot in the door, so to speak. In working with Pemex on the transboundary plays, if that establishes a relationship with Pemex, with the IOCs that I represent, we do absolutely see that as a very significant step to a regime and a country that has not, as you said, allowed IOCs to work with them in the past. And this is a tremendous opportunity. Really, this is really just a first step. And the real benefit to this is the potential for us working with Pemex long-term on other plays.
Thank you very much. My time's expired. Recognize Mr. Sears.